Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wingcat Sports, and we've made it to the Lions season. Finally, this week they have a game. We have our first pregame of the year, and the first game of the year. It's our first pregame. They play the Bengals again. It's kind of difficult to judge what we want to see with these first few games. We got a night game, so I actually will be able to watch it. The other two, I think they're both on Saturdays, so I should be able to watch it. I don't work Saturdays anymore, but overall, again, not much to really talk about with it, but we'll get into the kind of the news that's happened since the last time we've talked about the Lions, which was a while ago because I've been busy and on trips and all over the place. But biggest thing that happened was the Gibbs extension, 3 years for $67.5 million. It does make him the highest paid. Honestly, it's a better deal overall than I thought it was going to be. The second Bijan signed his deal, I thought Gibbs was going to be signed for more.
What are you going to do? They have to do it. You knew when Bijan signed that they were going to, at least match that, or they'd have to go a little higher than that. And they did
a little bit higher.
I mean, it wasn't hard to figure out. Either you're going to sign him or you're not going to sign him, and they weren't not going to sign him because they're not. He makes that much of a difference to our offense. Without him, they might not be a playoff team or at all.
Yeah.
And plus, Pacheco hasn't been in practice lately or something. Is he hurt?
I haven't heard about the Pacheco stuff, but if he's hurt, he's the backup anyways. I think Vaki broke his nose off a freak incident. Oh, the baby. Great. So, we'll see what ends up happening. But again, he got signed for a little more than $22 million average, about $22, $23 million, which is a little bit more. Can make up the 25 basically per year average. It's what it is. So, again, it's what it is.
Go grab the baby.
Go grab the baby. But it is interesting overall to see what's happening.
I told him, trying to mix fatherhood with podcast doesn't work.
She's quiet.
She's just a kid. Oh,
she just want to be helped.
Oh, you want to be she wants to talk about the Lions.
But that's the biggest news that's really happened. We named a new president. Again, not a bunch has happened overall.
I agree. New president stinks.
But again, nothing super big has happened outside that. We did a tryout with Trayvon Diggs fairly recently as well. So it's kind of, let's see what happens with that. On top of,
we got our new backup QB.
We got a new backup QB with Joshua Dobbs.
I kind of like that. I think that he's probably the best backup we've had in a while. I think he's an upgrade over Teddy Bridgewater. So, I mean, actually with Dobbs, at least you might be able to win a game depending upon your opponent. If he's in there. So, I mean, I'm kind of, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, like with all preseason, what we're watching is basically
who's going to stick out, who's not.
The newer players and trying to figure out, who to watch for. This is kind of like I said. I mean, we're at a spot where we were hoping, 3 years ago, that we would be like, in the middle of a really, really franchise type team or something like that. And
I mean, you're still in a decent spot. It's just the injuries have been far worse than you hoped they would be. We also signed linebacker Devin White, former Pro Bowler. So I mean,
that was a good signing.
Again, there's just been small things that have happened here or there since we last talked about the Lions overall. And again, stuff has been happening. We got a new backup, little things. But yeah, when it comes to the Bengals game, you're just looking for who's going to stick out, right? Is Tesla going to become he's going to take an extra step this year?
Tesla has to take a step this year. He has to become, like I said, that third wide receiver that we've been waiting for him to be, and maybe even push Williams a little bit. We don't, like I said, this is an opportunity. They say weak schedule. I don't really believe stuff like that. Because you never know what you're going to see.
On paper, to start the year, it's a weak schedule. You have one of the easiest ones. But again, anything can happen. as the year goes on. Like, I don't think the Giants are going to be an easy team to beat. I think they're going to be a lot better this year. There's a couple other teams on your schedule you got to look out for.
It's fun. I think we'll have a fun year if they could stay healthy. I like Tyler Conklin. I think, like I said, if he can,
he's hurt.
Get off his freaking the pup list. I mean, I like him.
Well, you looking at everything evolving. Like, what are we looking at? Again, it's not much. Just who's going to stick out? Who's going to be the guy?
Well, and two, we're going to be looking at this offensive line a lot, and we're going to be looking at the defensive line. That's what we're looking at. Things is Tyreek Williams going to improve this year? He has to. Because we're not going to have a Lee McNeil. It looks like.
That Abney guy in training camp has apparently been showing up too.
So we need that. It's all you win in the trenches. We know that. So if our offensive line holds up and protects this guy, then like I said, we got a shot. We got to protect off. We got to block for Gibbs. That's the whole key to this. Got to block for
Pachenko.
Yeah, and Pachenko.
I think actually, it's the funniest thing. And most people don't think about it fully. But try to calm down the baby. We don't have a punt returner, dash kick returner this year. Both our returners have left.
That's why I say.
Guess what you're looking at during the whole entire preseason? Who's going to stick out in the return game? Which usually, past years is how you make a team as a backup. This year, it's going to be how they make the team in general. So it's going to be an interesting to look at. You're going to be looking at your kick and punt returns. Tom Kennedy is second in our depth chart. Raheem Blackshear is also second on the depth chart in kick return and punt return. Greg Dortch is our punt returner apparently. But Lovett apparently was really good at punt returns and kick returns in college. Williams was really good at. But I don't think they're going to put him. They just paid him.
Yeah,
Usually
they don't want to get people hurt.
So you might have more or less Lovett. Lovett might make some noise in that kind of category instead. Again, it's kind of going to be seeing what's happening.
Preferably somebody who doesn't fumble the ball at all.
Again, and looking at at least your starting defense, you have Branch and Joseph are the only ones that are out. Everybody else who's a starter is in. They got Hutchinson, McNeil, Anzawarke, Wanham, Barnes, Campbell, Rodriguez, Reed, Abney, McCreary. They're all there. And then when you go to the offensive side, everyone's there. So far, you're starting the year almost fully healthy. Obviously, you're doing backup safeties, but that's about it.
Right. I mean, our defense is strange because I really
that secondary
without Branch and Joseph, I'm just. Well, Keith Abney's a rookie, right? And
yeah, and they have him starting at right corner.
Well, you don't have a choice. Who the hell is these other guys? Hey, where's that Sin guy? Rocky Sin, man.
He's right. He was right here, second on the left side.
That's right, man. I want to see him. So, I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Our defense does look a little shaky.
And again, you'll see it in preseason who's doing good, who's not. Again, you're running with a wide receiver core of St. Brown, Dortch, Kennedy.
I think what I'm doing is
Jackson,
I'm going to be watching the offensive line. I'm going to be watching Blake Miller and Cade Mays and see how this all works out. And Tate Radlitz, that whole right side. I want to watch it. Christian Mahogany and Penny Sewell. That isn't.
We have solid. A young. And I mean a young offensive line.
Our offensive line is very different this year. And that's, like I said, the concern for me.
It is young. It is a very young offensive line. You have Sewell, Mahogany, Mays, Ratledge, and Miller.
When you say young, though, we're not saying that is a good thing or a bad thing or
what. We don't know yet. That's really what we don't know yet. Because, again, that's at least the starting that ESPN has is Sewell, Mahogany, Mays, Ratledge, Miller. And then your backups are more your veterans in the roles with Shrugs and Borum.
Right.
All them.
But that's kind of like where probably my whole concern is going to be is on the offensive line. I don't know. Penny Sewell probably isn't going to play, I would guess.
Not in the preseason.
So, yeah, I mean, we can't afford to get him. I wouldn't, to be honest with you, I wouldn't play Christian Mahogany much either. So, Juice Scruggs and who is Penny Sewell's backup?
They're saying Manu.
It's not their backup.
And Manu. It's probably Sorsville.
Probably Miles Frazier.
You're probably going to be dealing with Frazier, Sorsville, Borum, and Shrugs as your backups. Is what I'm looking at.
This is going to be funny
because Manu's hurt. Obviously, I don't think they want to give up on Manu, but this is probably his last year on the team.
And you're going to see a Joshua Dobbs, who they just signed. So, like I said, don't expect much.
Actually, they probably would.
They might get slaughtered in the preseason.
I don't think Dobbs starts the preseason because, you signed him 2 days.
You're just going to play Luke Altmaier the whole game?
Not the whole game. I don't think he starts the game.
Who else did they have?
You put Dobbs in probably in the second half of the game. Altmaier probably do the first game.
They will.
I don't think they're just going to throw Dobbs out there right away. I think they'll probably let him see some plays from the sideline.
Get your ass out there. Well, why would you want to get him out there with a better team? I mean,
what do you mean better team?
Matter.
It's all backups.
I have a feeling that in preseason the Lions are going to be pretty much having their
nobody on that starter list besides probably Blake Miller or maybe Christian Mahogany and Tesla is probably playing.
You might have fourth liners play the whole game. I mean, I don't know what this is.
You're not going to see Goff.
Jameer Gibbs.
You're not seeing Goff, Gibbs, St. Brown, Williams,
this is
Laporta, Sewell, Mays.
I know.
You might see Ratledge.
We don't know. There are a lot of players signed off the street probably too that we're not even looking at. Oh, but I mean that's where we're at. Let's just have some fun and check out these new guys like Blake Miller and Cade Mays and take that whole right side of that line and see how they're doing.
So you're seeing all backups. You don't expect too much to happen. You're going to see all backups.
Those guys, though, I would assume. They want to get those guys some reps.
Wait, you're going to the second on. You're going to get some reps. Pachenko might get a couple, but if he's also a little hurt, he ain't going to be playing either. Montgomery didn't play much when he was the backup to Gibbs. Because obviously he was playing a little more. But again, you're probably going to be going off of Sailors and Vaki and whoever of the other 20 running backs Brad Holmes decided to add to the team in the past couple weeks. Going to be playing. But again, we'll see what ends up happening. There's not much to talk about when it comes to preseason, what to expect, because, it's all backups. You're just trying to figure out where are these position battles at. And there's not much of any position battles to talk about this year.
Right.
It's kind of, again, set to what you're expecting. I would say look at backup QB, because if Altmaier actually plays real well, maybe he, hops ahead of Dobbs. And then you're looking at special teams. We don't have a kick returner this year. So that is your position battle this year. Is who's going to
I'm trying to get excited for the preseason, but I just want the real stuff to come.
But the real season.
I don't want any of this crap.
But so there ain't ain't much.
I'm more excited. Like I said, Tigers still getting us through. Tigers still think so.
$9 if you want to head down to Cincinnati for a game. $9. Or you can wait till the regular season and spend $466 to go to Buffalo.
Yeah.
Or $63 to go to Arizona. So, so much cheaper, not go to a home game when it's $213 to see them play the Saints. Or $171 to go see them play the Jets.
It's insane. This country is messed up.
Anyways.
Be able to take your family to games. Now you can't. I should get political right here, but I won't.
Oh, you can go to a game. It's $9.
Can't take
go to Cincinnati
games unless you're some
$9 to go to Cincinnati. $9 to go to Cincinnati, or $11 to go to Indy.
Who wants to go to Cincinnati to see backups play? Nobody.
It's not. What's wrong with Cincinnati?
See that crap?
What's wrong with Cincinnati?
I mean, if you're going there for Cincinnati and that's just 4 hours you want to take out of your life. But, the majority of us are going to sit here, turn this game on for maybe a half hour and go, this is crap.
You got to study it, then. We got to talk about it afterwards. You got to study them. Anyway, we'll end it here. So like you see, like, comment, subscribe, share the video around. Let us know what you think about the Lions season starting. what you're looking to see in the first game. Until the next time, hope to see everybody soon.